Man, when it comes to the practice of semen retention and the whole concept of transcending lust, you gotta know the difference between sexual repression and sexual transmutation. Because if you go about it the wrong way, you're gonna be repressing your sexual energy and you're gonna be ready to pop off like a goddamn firework. So let's talk about it. How do you know if you're transmuting your sexual energy properly? That is one of the biggest questions you probably wonder when you're on semen retention, when you're on this path, and you're always probably wondering, am I repressing this energy or is it actually being transmuted? Well, you'll know if it's being transmuted. You won't have any feeling of repressing your sexual energy. You won't have any feeling of like, oh man, I'm missing out. Oh man, I just want to go indulge in this, indulge in that. Yes, you'll have urges, but your consciousness, your level of consciousness is going to be raised up to such a high degree. You're going to have such a big goal ahead of you, such a big plan ahead of you, that you don't really falter, you don't fall off your path because those urges come about. But if you're sexually repressing your energy, this is where relapses come into play. This is when you feel like you're battling against urges. You're not really even observing the urges. That's one of the biggest keys. When you go deeper onto this path, hey, relax. My dog's about to knock over the camera. When you go deeper onto this path, go. When you go deeper onto this path, my bad, you're gonna be able to observe lust and energies that are gonna be rising throughout your body, but you're not gonna act on them. I'm gonna make a video about how semen retention makes you stoic later on in this channel, but that is one of the biggest things. You can look at your emotions, you can observe your emotions, you can observe where your consciousness is being directed towards, because like I've said on the main channel and on this channel, spiritual awakenings and self-realization, they're two different things. When you get to levels of realization through practices like semen retention, I'm not saying I'm there fully yet, I'm not saying you're there fully yet. Go check out those videos though on this channel as well as the main channel. But when you get to those levels, you understand that you're not even your consciousness, but you're the observer of the consciousness. First, you become the observer of their mind and body, then you become the observer of all of that. But all the details are going to be laid out in those videos on this channel and on the main channel. Go check those out. So that is going to be one of the biggest things to where you can understand if you're repressing that energy, because you'll be able to be observant of where that energy is being raised up to or where it's being repressed and stuck at. Like you're gonna know, oh man, like I'm not directing this energy towards really anything today. I'm just sitting in my bed, I'm just kind of like moping around, I'm just kind of like doing fuck all with my life. So that's why I feel agitated, that's why I feel stressed, that's why I feel all these urges. When you're really going about your day, when you're really going about your life, when you're really going about your goals, the urges are like bare minimum, bro. I'm telling you right now, bare minimum. Yes, if you see some pretty ladies walk by, you know, some honey, some baddies, yes, you're gonna appreciate the way the physical attractiveness to them. I'm not saying I don't do that, everybody does do that, but your level of consciousness, you can catch it. Like I said, you can be observant of it, and you won't just be in a state of hypnosis of like, oh man, I gotta go talk to this girl, I gotta go on Tinder, I gotta go watch porn. You're not gonna be in a state of hypnosis, because if you know, when sometimes those urges hit hard, it feels like your brain just gets hijacked. That's what I talked about on the full How to Succeed on Semen Retention guide on the main channel, as well as the ebook. Go check those out. You can get those for free, for the free 99 on the main channel. Just search up How to Succeed on Semen Retention for Lottie Fitness, and it'll be there for you. Whole audio series also on the ebook, out now on the main channel. So what is there to miss out, bro? You got everything laid out for you. But it feels like your brain just gets hijacked, man. It feels like you're just in a state of like hypnosis, of like you don't even have control over your body, your thoughts, your actions, anything, bro. You're just completely in a trance state when lust just completely takes over that. But if you're really determined on your goals and you're using semen retention as a tool, like I discussed on the ebook, on the guide, you're not just doing this as the main goal, because semen retention is never a goal. Like, let me repeat that again. Semen retention is never a goal. Semen retention is a tool to be able to sexually transmute that energy towards higher pursuits in life. That's what it's about. That's what I preach. I don't care about just retaining my seed. I understand, yes, there's physical benefits of doing that, mental benefits of doing that, but the sexual energy on the spiritual level, your level of consciousness raises up to where you can direct your focus towards your goals, and it amplifies your focus, it amplifies your actions, it amplifies everything you do. That is the goal, and that's what I'm trying to help other guys, whether it's through coaching, whether it's through consultations, courses later on, bro, all that stuff. That's why I'm trying to help other people understand that your sexual energy is powerful. God damn it. Hold up. The feds is after me, man. They don't want you to know this knowledge, boy. They don't want you to know this stuff. That your sexual energy is powerful, or whatever you direct it towards will bring it about to life, just like it can bring about a new life in the form of a human being, a baby. You can do the same thing with your goals. You can do the same thing with your what you want to manifest, what you want to materialize out here on the material plane, on the physical plane. Same thing. But like we're talking about, if you don't have that goal that you want to push it towards, where you want to actually direct it towards, it's going to get repressed. That's why I preach so much in all my content, in the ebook, in the guide, with people one-on-one or coaching packages, whatever it is, bro. I always preach you need to have a goal in mind. You need to use this as a tool. The whole point of semen retention is not just to quit porn. It's not just to quit chasing women. Once that's gone, then you plug it in with a new goal. Something's got to switch. Something's got to replace it. Switch and swap it. Never flop it. Come on, man. You dig what I'm saying? You can't just go about doing semen retention without something to direct it towards. So that's where sexual repression comes into play. Yes, you might have a goal. Yes, it might be something like, I want to get in shape. I want to make X amount of money. I want to do this. I want to do that. Yes, that's all great. And those are all things I discuss in those pieces of content, the guide, the ebook, all that stuff. But there's something deeper that needs to be driving you towards your goals. And that's the spiritual, creative, generative energy that's being stored up within you. If you do semen retention, the sexual energy, the generative energy, and you need to create. You need to make something. You want to like pull something out of basically thin air and materialize it. Right now, this is, for me, it's this brand, it's this channel, it's all the things that I create out of thin air, like this video, all my videos. Like, no one told me when to make these videos. These are all essentially sources of intuition from God, from the universe, from the Almighty, to direct me to make these videos, to help others out, help the essential collective consciousness of men raise up through this content. None of this stuff is quote unquote mine. I'm just a vessel for it. I've talked about it on the Patreon. If you want to join up the Patreon, the link is going to be posted in the pinned comment of this video. A lot more sauce on there, lectures, exclusive videos, as well as monthly masterminds. If you join up a certain tier membership, there's all different info on there, man. Just click it. If you want to join up, help support the boy, and also pick up on a lot more sauce that you will not get anywhere else, go run it out, bro. But one of the videos I discussed on there is becoming a divine vessel for God. That is what you kind of do on this path. And when you're actually sexually transmuting this energy, not only are you transmuting it up into the physical plane, but you're also downloading information the same way, because your levels of consciousness raise up. When you're repressing it, you don't get that, dude. You might just be watching videos like mine, videos like other people about semen retention, saying, man, like, how the fuck are these guys getting all these benefits? How are these guys talking about the spiritual benefits? How are these guys talking about the mental benefits? How are these guys talking about the physical benefits? I don't see none of this shit, because you're repressing the sexual energy. You need to do this properly, and I wish somebody showed me this on the path, because I dealt with it. That's why I can talk about it. That's why I can make an ebook about it. That's why I can make a guide about it, to help other people in a way where I wish I got help in the beginning of this journey, because you can't just go about it like I'm just gonna stop busting. That's part one. Yes, that's step one. That's ground zero. But without the proper practices in play, like a meditation routine, breath work, doing physical exercise, having good diet, most importantly, having a creative pursuit or bigger goal that is gonna essentially take reign over the pursuit of pleasures, is gonna make you more, it should be more enticing for you to pursue your purpose than chasing pleasures. That's what's gotta be the pinnacle of it all if you actually wanna practice this properly and not sexually repress your energy. So when you do sexually repress your energy, you're gonna feel it and you're gonna know it. Like I just said, you're gonna be wondering why you don't see all these benefits, why it feels like you're just, nothing's happening. Like a bunch of people comment sometimes on my videos on the Discord server. Shout out to the Discord server. Join up if you haven't already, because if you haven't, that's fraudulent fucking behavior. You a fraud. You a fucking fraud. People talk about how, like, man, like, I don't feel any different after 80 days. I don't feel any different after 90 days. I don't, like, first of all, there's no set number where you're gonna feel different. I make the timelines of what I felt just to explain to you guys how my journey went and how your journey might go as well, because you can pick up on the information and be more in tune and aware of what's gonna happen at what certain period. Maybe it doesn't happen for you. That's why I discuss in the ebook and on those pieces of content that this is just off my experience. Everybody else is gonna be different, bro. No two paths can ever be the same. Like, I'm just giving you all the sauce of what I've experienced upon this path. But these people are saying like, oh man, I don't feel any different. I don't feel this, I don't feel that. Bro, the reason why you don't feel that is because you think you're chasing the benefits. You're chasing the ideas of like, if I just don't do this, I'll get all this. If I don't do that, I'll get all of that. Like, it doesn't work like that. First of all, not only are you gonna have to essentially heal yourself from all the bullshit you've done for the past X amount of years, X amount of time, but you also gotta understand that these benefits you won't feel them if you're not actually using them. Let me say that again. These benefits you get from semen retention, you won't actually experience them or feel them or actually understand what they are or realize them until you're actually putting it towards a goal. Like, you won't understand mental clarity, the physical energy. You won't understand the spiritual sides to this practice if you don't pursue it towards a goal. You're just gonna feel sexually repressed. You're gonna feel like this is bullshit. You're gonna feel like all these guys on YouTube are this is just placebo. They're just tricking themselves. And I'm gonna make another video about that, like for the people out there who don't believe in semen retention, who think it's just placebo, just wait on that. I'm about to debunk it all because, of course, I've been on this path for a decent amount of time to understand that even before I got on this path, I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was placebo. I was watching all this content as well too. I was like, yeah, that's bullshit. But when you actually understand it, why have I made it this far into this path? Why have I decided to say like that, just seeking pleasures is not worth the amount of power I feel on this practice? Like, why? Like, you just think I'm mentally fried out? Maybe. But in reality, you're just not sexually transmuting your energy. You are repressing it. You might be on semen retention, but you're not actually practicing it properly. You're just holding your nut in, hoping for miracles to happen. That's not how this shit works. You gotta have a goal in place. You gotta have not just a plan, but a system to how to direct this energy towards that. You gotta have practices in place. You gotta have all these different things to help supplement that practice. Like, you have your diet and you have supplements around it to help supplement the missing pieces. Same thing applies here. Yes, you have all this sexual energy. You need to direct it towards something, but you also have to have supplemental pieces, the breath work, meditations, physical exercise, having good diet, getting out in nature, all these different things that we discuss on this channel, on the guide, on the ebook, to help prop everything up. Without that in place, bro, you are essentially building a house on sand, on dirt. Your foundation is not there. You're essentially putting up all this time, effort, energy on something that's not gonna last because you're doing it because everybody else is saying, yeah, man, this is good, this is good, this is good. Nobody is telling you guys. Maybe it is. There's a couple good content creators out there that talk about these things that I actually respect, but for 99% of them, they'll come up on my feed and I'll watch 2 seconds of it, bro. I'm like, this is bullshit. You can tell, first of all, they don't retain. You can tell, second of all, they don't actually understand the deeper parts of this practice, but they're just selling it to you like it's a fucking pill to fix all your problems in life. That's why I always say in my videos, on the guide, on the ebook, everything, that this will not fix all your problems in life. It will give you the tools to help doing that, but you got to do it yourself. It'll give you the mental clarity. It'll give you the focus. It'll give you the physical energy. It'll give you the spiritual insights to actually go out there and make it happen. But at the end of the day, you got to go out there and make it happen. It's not going to do it fucking for you, bro. This isn't a magic trick. This isn't an illusion. This is a powerful practice to use your sexual energy as a tool to not only fix your problems in life, but also pursue higher goals and actually manifest what you're always meant to do, not what you always were want to do, because you're going to be guided on a higher direction on this purpose. Especially when you get into the spiritual side of things, you're not going to be forcing things. I want this, I want that, I want this. Like, you're not going to be doing that. You're going to be, like I said on the video on Patreon, you're going to become a divine vessel for God. You're going to become a friend of God. You're going to be submitting, even though as men we don't want to submit to anything. You're going to be submitting to the Most High. That's what you're going to get when you go on longer streaks on this practice, because you're sexually transmuting your energy. You're not going to be able to feel those spiritual sides of these benefits if you're not sexually transmuting your energy, because you're not going to make it this far into the journey, because you're going to be sexually repressed. You're going to want to go and relapse, and eventually it will happen. I promise you, it will happen. So if you want to make a good observation, if you're sexually transmuting your energy or sexually repressing your energy, ask yourself, as you go about your day, as you go about your life while practicing semen retention, is this practice of semen retention, sexually transmuting your energy, making you more stoic, or like not detached, but yes, detached in a sense? Is it making you more stoic and detached and more like you're essentially letting things go that you were doing before? Are you still chasing pleasures, or are you getting those same feelings of fulfillment while you go throughout your life? That is one of the biggest keys to understand if you're doing it properly or you're not. If you're doing semen retention yet you still are going out to the clubs every single day to see, because all these people on YouTube talk about, you're gonna get female attraction, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You might get a little bit of female attraction, this and that. But are you just doing semen retention to do that? Or are you doing it and you're feeling yourself like, man, I don't really need to go to the clubs no more. I don't really need to drink alcohol no more. I don't really need to smoke weed no more. I don't really need to do all these things anymore. I feel a sense of peace, a sense of fulfillment internally, that I don't need external things. Like, the more you go on this practice, you'll understand that you don't need external things. That's why it gets so spiritual in this practice. That's why it's so part of such deep spiritual traditions and philosophies of time, this practice. Like, you will feel a sense of inner peace, of inner calmness, that stoic effect that I'm talking about right now, which I will talk about more in the future. You're going to get that feeling, and that's one of the key things I've noticed to understand if you're sexually repressing your energy or sexually transmuting your energy. And I'm saying right now, as someone who's been a decent amount of time in this practice, 3.5 years, whatever it is, I don't really count no more. I'm just going to go about it for maybe the 12-year mark, just to be able to see if you grow some special powers, like they say, the yogis say. And funny enough, started this practice at 21. If I do 12 years, 33 vertebrae, 33 degrees of Freemasonry. Christ died at 33. Like, it's just too symbolic for me to not at least pursue it. You know what I mean? So, but I noticed even throughout that process, you're not sexual. I'm not like, I got to the point where, yes, I'm sexually transmuting my energy majority of the time, basically all the time, but I can like I said, observe those moments where I'm sexually repressing it, and that's where I go chase other things. I chase external things, and I can catch myself in those moments. But if you're not too observant along this practice yet, you're not going to be able to catch yourself. So this is why I'm telling you this information, because this is something I had to pick up on over time. But if I give it to you right now, you're going to be well ahead of where I was and well ahead of where most people are on this practice, because you'll see that, yes, when I go chase those external things, that means I'm sexually repressing my energy, because I'm trying to chase that sense of fulfillment I would get if I just sexually transmuted it, if I actually put it towards my goals, if I actually saw myself develop and grow. That is the best source of fulfillment you'll get in life as a man. Not from women, not from drugs, not from money, not from anything. It's progress, it's development, and it just overall seeing yourself grow, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually. It's just seeing that growth. That's the most fulfilling thing you see in life, or feel in life as a man. I undoubtedly will put that on my grave. That is the most euphoric feeling ever. It might not be all at once like you take MDMA, ecstasy, or Molly, but that euphoric feeling of saying, man, I put in all this work. And when I look back on time, I see myself grow, whether that's gains in the gym, whether that's through my finances, whether that's through my spiritual growth, all that stuff, man. Nothing can beat that, bro. So when you don't have that, when you're not doing those things to actually get that source of fulfillment, you're gonna get a sense of wanting to chase gratification, which usually comes in instantaneous forms, whether that's fast food, drugs, alcohol, sex, porn, all those things. You're gonna want an inclination for that. You're gonna have a deep desire, craving for that. And yes, it's gonna be harder in the beginning of this practice, in the beginning of this journey, because you haven't developed that observant ability, and you're also fighting your quote-unquote old self, who was always doing those things, who wasn't pursuing higher purposes in life. You're kind of battling those things, but that is a key thing to focus on, a key thing to be able to see if you're sexually transmuting your energy or sexually repressing it. So when you catch yourself in those moments, go back to what you started this whole thing for. So if you don't have that purpose or that goal in place, you're gonna have nothing to fall back on. You don't have a strong foundation to fall back on. You're gonna just be like, oh, I just did it because Fulati Fitness told me. Oh, I did it because some guy on YouTube said I would get female attraction. That's not a strong enough foundation. That's something that's gonna break over time. That's not something deeply, intrinsically motivating for you and for your mind, body, and soul to pursue. So if you do have that purpose in place, which you need to from the start, you don't do this journey if you don't have that in place. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'll make another video on this channel saying that semen retention is not for everybody, because I do not believe it is. Some people in the Discord too were talking about, what if everybody in the world was practicing semen retention? That's just not gonna work. This is for I don't want to act like a fucking new age dipshit, chosen ones. It's not for the chosen ones, but it's for the people who are seeking for more in life rather than just the material and the physical and pleasures. They want to have they know they have a higher purpose, and they want to pursue that higher purpose. Everyone has a higher purpose, but not everybody knows it, and not everybody really cares to pursue it. And they'll come back here and do it again, aka the cycle of reincarnation, until they get it right, because their soul will not be liberated until you fulfill that divine purpose. Again, made a whole lecture about that on the Patreon. Make sure you go check it up if you haven't already, but I also made a main channel video about that on Fulati Fitness, talking about escaping the cycle of samsara. But the lecture, man, snapped on that. But that goal in place, you'll fall back on it, you'll remind yourself, and then you're essentially, it's like you're sailing on the seas, and you were going towards your goals, towards your directions, and you just started veering off because the winds of pleasures, of temptation started pulling you in another direction. This is be able to go back to the compass, go back to the map, and bring it back to the right direction. That's one of the best ways to understand if you're sexually transmitting your energy or sexually repressing it. And if you're just sexually repressing it, you're gonna have this goal and just gonna, boom, go right to the wrong direction. Eventually, you're gonna relapse and the whole boat's gonna flip the fuck over and you're gonna be drowning in depression and sorrow because you're like, all right, man, I can't practice semen retention, bro. I can't get all these benefits, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you listen to this video, you get the guide, you get the ebook, you're gonna be fine, bro. You're gonna be fine. I'm telling you, man. I give you all the sauce to get out there and make it happen. And if you need even more help, consultations, coaching, and eventually courses are gonna be on the way. Links are gonna be posted in the description, not description, the pinned comment of this video. If you want a one-on-one call, if you want coaching packages, I got you. So that is probably one of the biggest keys that you need to have on this path to not sexually repress this energy, but transmute it towards your goals, towards the reason why you're practicing retention. Because if you are listening to me and not just fucking putting this on and made it this far into the video and you don't understand anything I'm saying, it's a tool to get to your goals. It's a tool to eventually become the person you're always meant to be. That's what it is. It's not the goal. It's not the end goal. I'm gonna retain my semen for 1,000 days. Bro, no one gives a fuck, dude. No one gives a single flying fuck. You are not using that energy properly, even if you somehow made it to 1,000 days and you weren't even transmuting this energy, you were just repressing the whole time. Through a miracle, you made it to 1,000 days. What changed in your life? Nothing. Yes, you might get better skin, get better hair, get better, like, low-level benefits, but did you really improve your life? Did you use this energy? Did you use this mental clarity? Did you use this insane drive and focus? No. So what's the point? The numbers don't matter. Of course, the longer you go on this practice, if you're transmuting properly, the more power you build up, the more things become revealed to you. Like I talked about on this channel, the difference between short-term versus long-term streaks on semen retention. Yes, the longer you go is better, but it doesn't matter if you hit 1,000, if you hit 2,000, if you only hit 100, if you're not transmuting this energy, if you're just repressing it, if you're just holding it in, because you're gonna be agitated throughout those 1,000 days. You're gonna be pissed off those 100 days. You're gonna be feeling like nothing is happening in your life. This practice bullshit. Everybody's having a placebo effect throughout the 200 days if you're not transmuting it properly. So what do you really want to do this practice for the people out there who are watching this video? I want you to ask yourself that. Write in your journal, comment down below on this video. What are you doing this practice for? And how do you see yourself implementing these tools to actually pursue whatever that goal is? How are you going to use this? What are you going to supplement it with? Well, are you going to use a breathwork routine that I gave you guys? Are you going to use martial arts? Are you going to use weightlifting? Are you going to use a sattvic diet? Or are you going to use a carnivore diet? Whatever it's going to be, what are you going to do? Like, make a system so where you can use semen retention as a tool. Make a system. Don't make the goal semen retention. Make a system using semen retention to pursue your goal. Come on, man. Come on. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down, bro. Because this is some shit where if you actually apply the stuff I'm talking about, if you actually understand, it's going to make semen retention that much easier. You're not going to feel like you're fighting anything. You're actually going to feel all those insane benefits, all those things that entice you, first of all, to even get on this practice. You're going to feel all those quicker, more potent, and you're going to feel it drive you towards that bigger goal that's going to fulfill your mind, body, and soul. Because just retaining your semen, is that really your goal? Is that really going to make you fulfilled in life? No. Is quitting porn really going to make you that feel that fulfilled in life? No. Is not chasing women all the time going to make you feel that fulfilled in life? No. That's why it's got to be replaced with that bigger goal. Once you get the dead weight off you, now you can go pursue the bigger goal. Once you get the dead weight off you, doesn't mean you're done, doesn't mean you're at the top of the mountain. It means you're just getting started. It means you're just getting started, motherfucker. Come on, man. I'm really out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these games. And I'm out of here. Peace.